Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. And today we have with us Mr. Vamsi, who has cleared the SEBI Grade A examination and he has become the SEBI Grade A officer. So he is from BTech background and he was also working in the income tax department. Even after having multiple responsibilities, he was able to clear the SEBI Grade A examination in 2024. And today, let's celebrate his journey of becoming the SEBI Grade A officer and let's know from him, let's learn from him and from his experience. So, first of all, welcome to the session and welcome to the platform, sir.
Thank you very much.
And heartiest congratulations to you for achieving this success.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, how was the feeling when you saw the result, or what the family was feeling?
Yeah, yes, really happy. Like after many attempts, and this is my final attempt. I got my name in the list. So it's, I have
And you,
been very happy to see the result.
okay, and you were the one that saw the result first, or some family
Yes,
member?
yes, I am the one. I have
Okay.
yes.
And who did you call first?
Yeah, I called my father first. Said about the result, and I called a group call in my family, and I have informed all of them.
Okay. And like, what was the reaction that came? They must be very happy, right?
Yes. Definitely.
Yes. Okay, so can you tell a little about your educational background?
Yes, I have done my BTech in information technology in 2015. Soon after that, I started working in State Bank of India as a probationary officer. I worked in State Bank of India for 3 years, around 3 years,
Mm.
and later I switched to government side, and I have cleared SSC, Tax Selection Commission, and I have joined Income Tax Department as a tax assistant. And currently, I'm working as a senior tax assistant in Income Tax Department. After a while I was working, I cleared in SEBI examination.
Okay. So like while you were working and you were in a very good position at a very like high position we can say, so you must have some responsibilities also. But even after having like a full-time job, even after having that responsibility and you are married also. So how did you
Yes.
manage the time and how did you keep on preparing for the regulatory body examinations?
Yes. First thing is, while I was working in SBA, I got to know about these regulatory body examinations. I started preparing slowly, like not much thoroughly, but very slowly. I just applied the examinations, but like after multiple failures, I came to know that the preparation is not sufficient. Later, I switched to central government side. There, I can devote more time in comparatively in banks. I can devote more time in government side. And so I prepared seriously from then onwards, from 2020. Like slow, I started preparation slowly and but continuously. That is my motive. Like I started slowly, I prepared 1 2 hours, but I used to prepare continuously for years. Like that, my preparation journey went on.
Okay, so we can say slow and steady wins the race.
Yes,
So you were
yes,
from
yes,
that side that did your preparation slowly and slowly, but at last winning the race is what mattered. So now,
yes,
like you were from the BTech background and you were competing in the SEBI Grade A examination where many of the commerce students are competing or many of the CA students were competing with you. So were you not
yes,
afraid that how you will be able to compete with the commerce and CA students in the subjects like commerce and accountancy, costing, finance management and such?
yes. SEBI consists of five different subjects, particularly costing and accounting. Commerce students have an advantage of. Definitely, they will have an advantage. They can quickly answer the questions of those questions. But at the same time, it is all basic level questions. Even non-commerce student can start the preparation and continue. You can rely upon any material. So that starting from basics is important, so that gradually even we can compete with commerce students. Like particularly for non-commerce students, management is an advantage. Management subject is an advantage for non-commerce students, and companies act, even companies act also, non-commerce students can easily understand and compete with them. But and remaining two, economics is like neutral for both. Like even both the students, both the different backgrounds can compete similarly. But for costing and accounting, separate source of material or the guidance is required for costing and accounting. For that, I relied on EduTap. particularly costing and accounting. So starting from basics is important. So even in exam, basics are asked. So then all are equal. If we start in basics, then both for commerce and non-commerce, it will be equal. When the questions are equally prepared for both, it will be both advantages for both commerce and non-commerce students. When we start the preparation, we may fear, but at the end of the day, both are equally capable of clearing the examination.
Correct, absolutely correct. So, at last, it is a competitive examination where
Yes,
the
yes,
BTech students and the students from different backgrounds are allowed. So, if they are allowed,
yes.
that means they have some uh, some same ground that they are starting at, and the syllabus has been given by SEBI. So as sir has said that if you start from your basics, if you get the concept clarity, if you stick to the syllabus, so there is no much difference
Yes, yes.
once you have that concept clarity that you get. So then there is no difference, and you all are going to the same competitive examination then. And as we can see the example in front of us, that he's coming from the BTech background and completely the IT background, and still he was able to clear the examination. So he is an inspiration for all of you who are working aspirants or who are coming from non-commerce background. So later on, we will know more about the strategy so that Sir Vamsi is also able to guide you all. So now coming to next question, that like you had already achieved a very good job, a very stable job. You were working as a senior member in the income tax department. So after that, what kept you pushing to work harder and to continue your preparation? Because after having the stable job, many of the people think of like just relaxing and continuing their job. So what kept you going?
Yes, yes. Right from while I was working in SBI, I thought that regulatory bodies are final destination. That is my final aim, like that. So I took a switch to banking to central government only to prepare, actually, to devote more time to regulatory body examinations. Yes, while I was working in job, I felt. Little disappointed after many failures. Like in RBA, I have appeared in RBA interview also. Like I have completed all my attempts in RBA, but I could not able to clear. But even then, it's kept me motivating. Like why not try one more time? Like this is my last attempt, and it's nothing like failure or success. This is the journey that we should accept it. And yeah, like all will keep the same similar efforts. Like in mains, still mains, everyone are equally capable. It's all about that at the day of examination we have to perform well. It's we have to take the journey in a positive way so that we can enjoy the preparation. So we can. It's all about learning process. Finally, if we get to success or failure, it doesn't matter. After a few days, everyone will forget like this. So it is the journey that what matters most.
True. It's like continuing to grow and continuing to learn. And
Yes.
that you kept on doing, you continued to learn and you wanted to grow. And that we can say that you continued that journey. And at last, you are in the position which you are. Now, in your preparation journey, many a times we lose our motivation. So, who was the
Yes.
backbone in your preparation journey who kept you sane and motivated, we can say?
Yes, definitely. My father always used to support me and my family and all. Everyone used my brother, my mother, everyone, my wife, everyone supported me. Like even after marriage, as I used to go for examinations sometimes. The only hope is that some positive end result will come at some day. That kept me motivating. At the same time, I used to go on weekends. I used to enjoy also at the same time because already have this job. It is a good job. It is a good role in central government. It's a great department. Currently, I'm working. So these things kept me motivating. So there is nothing to lose. Be positive and prepare continuously. It's a learning process. The end result doesn't matter in the long run. It doesn't matter. That's what I feel.
Okay. And did you get the time to go out with your friends or with your family in this? Like you were working, you had some responsibilities also. So did you get the time to go out and have fun while preparing and while working also?
Yes, yes, definitely. During weekends, I used to prepare. At the same time, it is not like it's not like as if we are preparing the UPSC. Such level of preparation is not required for this RBA or SEBI. Like some dedicated small dedicated planning is required, but at the same time we have to enjoy our current life because that's what is important. I used to get time on weekends also. I used to balance it both.
Okay. And very nicely said that we need a dedicated plan, but we do
Yes,
not
yes,
have to get too much submerged. Like we can
yes,
enjoy our life also. So usually the students have this perception that, okay, we will lose our life if we prepare. So in this RBI and SEBI journey, you have to do a dedicated planning. And with that dedicated planning, you can prepare as well as you can continue your life also. So very nicely said that yes, dedicated planning is required. So now coming to let's come to your journey in the strategy that you adopted for the examination. So let's first discuss about the phase one. So what was the plan for the phase one? Did you prepare GA also?
yes. Phase one consists of two papers. Paper one consists of quantitative abilities, English, reasoning, and current affairs, so GA. And paper two consists of again from costing, accounting, management, economics.
Mm,
So here, like the cutoff is predetermined in this paper one, like
mm,
30% or 40% is predetermined. So it is easy to clear phase one if we have some basics. The real competition comes in phase two. Phase one, I'm thoroughly prepared for quantitative because I already worked in SBA. Like I prepared for some SBA examinations. So it is quantitative abilities or all basics related questions are asked in maths or data interpretation questions, English reading comprehension. All basics are asked in phase one mostly. 30% marks is really easily
mm,
achievable for most of them. Even for paper two also, 40% is the cutoff, predetermined cutoff. If we read Companies Act, management, that itself will become 40%. So clearing phase one is comparatively easily than when compared to clearing phase one in RBA. RBA phase one is really difficult, but
mm.
clearing phase one in SEBI is much more comfortable.
True, true, absolutely true. Now, one question that comes in the mind of the students that if they are very good in English and quant or English or reasoning,
Yes,
so
yes.
so can they skip GA or
Yes,
should they
yes.
also focus on GA?
Yes, GA is more easily score. We can easily score more marks in GA actually. Completely skipping is not advisable because at least few financial related current affairs we can go through. Not complete government schemes or not state government schemes. Like many GA is complete a vast bulky material or bulky subject actually. But we can rely on few selective topics where we are more interested. Mostly financial current affairs or banking related current affairs we can go through, so that this is useful in even in interview preparation. So completely neglecting ZY is not advisable, but relying some specific topics like financial awareness or economic related current affairs, last 1 2 months current affairs are sufficient to clear phase one.
So I will say that it is a very nice strategy that rather than focusing on schemes and like
Yes, yes,
rather than going too much in depth in that part of the schemes and such, you should focus on the finance current affairs because it will help you in phase two in the interview also.
yes.
And you can focus on the economy related current affairs because again, it will help you in the further on journey of your preparation in the interview itself. So you have to focus on the SEBI or the finance related news articles. So that is very good because it will help you in the coming parts of the examination. Correct. Correct. Absolutely correct. Now coming to the in the phase one, as you said that there is paper two in which there are 6 subjects. So for in the phase two also there is paper two in which there are the same 6 subjects. So
Okay.
were you preparing for all the 6 subjects before the phase two only, or you thought that okay I will prepare for 4 subjects or 5 subjects, I will clear the phase one and after that I will prepare those other 2 subjects?
Yeah, we should prepare all the subjects beforehand. That will be really helpful because they will cover all each and every subject. We cannot
Mhm.
cover two subjects completely within 1 month or 2 months, because there will be time gap of around 1 month between phase one and phase two. So that preparation that gap should be used for revision only. That will be better. So completing entire syllabus is much before phase one is advisable because during the time of phase 1 and phase 2, we should concentrate on revision and descriptive. Descriptive is really important. We have to practice descriptive essays. Writing generally, most of them take it as lightly because descriptive is just like writing English answers, but we have to practice it much more because it is mostly it is a game changer actually. Descriptive will be a game changer. So completing the entire syllabus much before phase 1 is useful for revising during phase 1 and phase 2 gap.
Okay, absolutely correct. That in before the phase one, everyone should like have the focus, and everyone should like try to cover the 6 subjects as much as they can, because in the phase one and phase two there is not much time, and in the phase one and phase two gap you have to revise all the 6 subjects. You have to attempt a lot of you have to do a lot of MCQs, and you have to prepare for your descriptive answer writing also. Absolutely correct. So try to cover all the 6 subjects just like before the phase one itself, so that you have that leverage to do the revision after the phase one finishes. Yes. Now coming to the phase two. So as you said that descriptive answer writing is very important for the English paper. So were you practicing, or how much time were you able to give for that part?
Yeah, few topics like the descriptive consists of precise writing and reading comprehension and essay, one essay they will give. So time will not be sufficient. Within 1 hour, we should complete all the 3. So practicing is very much important. Like we have to select in essay, they will be given 3-4 choices. We can attempt out of these. So we have to select few topics which are of our interest, like technology side or sports related side or reform related side. We have to select few topics which are of our interest, and we have to prepare accordingly some essays. So if we keep some notes and if we keep some points before appearing for the written exam, it will be very much useful. In precise also, in one precise, if we practice only, we can get to know about our mistakes. In one precise in NABARD exam, I have forgotten to write the title of the precise. So like that mistake should not be occurred while appearing for final examination. So we should, if we practice as many tests in descriptive, it will be much useful because it will unknowingly we will increase our speed during descriptive if we practice much, because 1 hour we have to complete 3 questions. It's very difficult to complete each and every question. We have to elaborate our answers also in reading comprehension. Most of the time, reading comprehension means I used to think we can write 1 or 2 lines, but that it is not enough. We have to write around 60-70 words even for reading comprehension. So practicing is very important for descriptive. Generally, I used to neglect that before, but I realized it afterwards. After 2-3 failures, I realized.
So this is the message to all the aspirants out there, that do not take the English paper very like easily, or do not take it for granted, because it is consisting of a huge percentage, or it consists of a huge segment in your phase 2. So practice, and with practice you will realize that okay, many of the mistakes you are making, and that you will be able to correct just before the examination, so that you do not incur, or you do not do the same mistake in the examination. Absolutely correct. Now coming to the paper 2, like the 6 subjects are there. So now can you tell me the sources as well as the strategy for all the subjects one by one, like starting from costing, commerce and
Yes.
accountancy?
Yeah. Yes. Costing subject I relied. It is completely on new subject for me, so I relied on EduTap material. Costing videos are perfect and very clearly explained. Even I remember clearly explaining, taking small examples. Even the tutor knows that it is little difficult. He explains in a simple language. So costing completely I relied on EduTap videos, and I prepared my own notes using those videos. These are because completely new subject. For non-commerce students, a source is really important. So particularly with the source which particularly sticks to the syllabus is really important. So in that case, costing EduTap has really helped me a lot. Particularly videos were really very clearly explained completely. And apart from, next come to accounting, commerce and accounting. Again, materials, EduTap material is very useful because all the accounting standards principles are clearly mentioned in PDF, like AS3, AS10. all the accounting standards principles along with examples are clearly mentioned in EduTap PDFs. I relied upon those for commerce and accounting. And comes third is Companies Act. Companies Act is like Bare Act. We can even read Bare Act also, because the different sections are there. We have to keep revising Companies Act right from starting. Continuous preparation is required for continuous Companies Act, because we used to forget the sections, and also we have to keep preparing continuously for Companies Act. It is highly scoring actually. We should not even commit one mistake in phase 2 for Companies Act, because it is really scoring. We can easily score more marks in Companies Act. 100% accuracy should be there in attempting Companies Act questions. We can read any material like Companies Act is like we can even we can read EduTap, like the objective questions are there. We can practice so that we cannot make any mistakes in Companies Act. And fourth is economics. Economics is like while reading the concepts of EduTap, I used to prepare my notes. Economics videos, like in some cases ISLM curves, Phillips curve, and Lorentz curve. These are very many curves are very important. Graphs and economical theoretical concepts are very important. So I used to refer those material and prepare practice questions. At the end of the session, you will be having practice questions, because in economics, while listening, it will be like easier. We can do it. We can do anything. But while answering the questions again, we will be facing difficulty, because so more practice is required. After completing the EduTap sessions, we have to write their session quizzes are there. Those are really important, because economics questions are little confusing, and we may attempt wrong questions. So after completing all the EduTap sessions, we have to refer session quizzes are there. Those are really helpful for particularly for economics. We have to attempt the session quizzes. Those are very really helpful. And after economics, it's management. Again, like Companies Act, management is highly scoring. We see theory and video. We can refer only theory part, that is enough. We can practice all the theories, management principles, and attempt several questions on that. We should not make any mistakes in the management side also. We should be like 100% accuracy in management. Management is relatively easier when compared to all other 4 subjects or all other 5 subjects. And coming to last, finance. Finance again, it may sound like similar to economics. It may sound easier, but we have to attempt the EduTap quizzes are very helpful for attempting finance quizzes, because finance consists of different concepts, multiple concepts. In our SEBI phase 2, one question was asked, like Rule 72. Like it is like not specifically mentioned in syllabus, but it is covered in EduTap. Rule 72, what is that, like that. So these are some basic concepts were asked, which are really covered in EduTap material finance. So again, this is very much helpful. EduTap PDFs and sessions and videos of costing are really helpful.
I'm glad that you liked the material provided by EduTap. So a
Yes,
team will be very glad to know that. And like you have beautifully laid down the strategy for any new aspirant. You have beautifully laid down the strategy for the phase 1 as well as for phase 2, that you have to start from the basics. You have to go through the concepts, and there is nothing like you have to focus on preparing, knowing the concept, not only hearing the concepts but also attempting the quiz, because when you attempt the quiz, then you will realize that how much you remember and how much you have forgotten, or which questions you are answering correctly and which you are not. So very nicely said that it is not only about reading and reading, it is also about attempting the quizzes. So section wise quiz or chapter wise quiz are very very important. Absolutely correct. So I think that you have beautifully told the phase 1 and phase 2 strategy. Now we can move to the interview part. So did you give any mock interview?
Yes. I attended again EduTap mock interview. I appeared, and two other mock interviews I appeared, like with my friends and all. Mock interview is really helpful. Helpful to practice what type of questions are asked. The same similar type of questions will be asked in real interview, because our profile, it is all about our profile, our job, our previous job. The questions are around these job related questions were asked, and current events, current happenings were asked. So mock interviews are helps to build up our confidence levels.
Hmm. And like, how was the real interview? Were you anxious when you were entering the room?
Yes, definitely. I was angry as also, but still, like everyone will face the similar event. So it's no problem. Like there, we can build confidence slowly, but we have to maintain calm and we have to be calm and composed while answering. We should not answer fastly, or we should not feel fear, or like it's like we have to take our time while answering questions slowly and steadily.
Okay. And how was the panel? And what do you think that what were they
Yeah.
trying to check through the questions?
Yeah, there are around, yes, there are five people, five panel members. Yes, first they asked about introduction, obviously, and they asked about the current, my job, current profile, and related to that, some questions were asked. And sometimes, yes, when the assignment sir will be there, he asked, he counted my answer sometimes, that is not correct, like that is, you are not saying like the, one time they asked, if you get RBA or SEBI, what you will join? I said SEBI like that, but he said like you are not answering honestly, like that he said. So like there is nothing to fear or nothing to panic about it. Let's be composed and all. And again, some job related questions were asked completely around. My interview went for around 15 minutes. Yes, 15 minutes. And in that around 10 minutes were completely related to my current job related and current, like I'm working in income tax. They asked about how to increase the tax base, and completely about current job related questions and current events. Some straightforward questions were asked like current inflation rate, current the current deficit rate. What they asked, that was in recently, and in news also, that current CPI inflation has breached the RBI level threshold of 6%. That was asked. That was the news that at that time. So current newspaper reading is really important for interview. Interview was very cordial, except one or two questions they counted me, but it is like mostly cordial only. Like nothing to panic about it. They are very much cordial, and interview went very well.
And was there any question which you were not aware about or the
Yes, yes,
concept you were not aware about?
yes, yes. They have asked about Japan yen trade something. I said I'm not aware of that. Sorry, I am not aware of that, like that. And one more question, they asked a recovery rate of tax in India. I said I'm not aware of that. So two, three questions I am unable to answer. It's okay, like nothing to. If you don't know, we can say don't know. Nothing to panic about it.
And at that time when you are sitting and when you see that, okay, two questions you were not able to answer, so a slight kind of fear, did it creep in or you were still
Mm.
calm that, okay, I will be able
Yeah.
to answer further?
Yeah, no problem. We can be calm because that's what is said in mock interview also. We can, if we don't know, we can say straightly don't know. We cannot we cannot move around. We cannot pretend to be knowing the answer. We can say straightforwardly, I don't know the answer. It's okay that they will move on to next question immediately. Like,
Mm.
it will be
Yes.
better if we say don't know only than to
Yes.
answer something.
Yes, correct. Absolutely correct. Because they are also intelligent people and they will know that you are just roaming or you are just moving around that topic. And that will put a negative impact or wrong impact, I can say, because then you are wasting your time. And rather than that, you can answer some other question very beautifully. So that would be better, I will say. So, yes. As sir has said that you can just say no if you are not aware about a topic rather than moving around that topic. Okay. So, how much time now? Many of the working aspirants they will be very eager to know that how much time you were able to put in your preparation, while you were preparing for the SEBI. How many hours?
Yeah, as I started much earlier in 21 itself, so I used to prepare slowly only. Like I used to devote only 1 2 hours maximum. Sometimes not even that, because the time is as I'm working, I could not find time sometimes also. But in weekends I used to prepare. I used to give time to refer materials, refer videos and all. So after notification has come, I have increased my hours, preparation hours, like 2 to 3 hours per day is sufficient actually. As I started
Mm.
much earlier, so better to start much early so that during the time of notification or after the notification, we can only revise the concepts. We cannot study new things at that time. That is what I believe.
True. So as sir has said that SEBI notification, you know that it might come in the later on
Yes,
part
yes,
of the year or maybe next year. So if you want to attempt and if you want to prepare for the examination, so prepare right now because it is
yes.
static. Like the six subjects are completely static. So I don't think, like sir has also said, that you should wait for your preparation, that okay, only after notification I will start, because that is wasting your time. And rather than that, you can build your concepts from basics onwards. Okay. And sir has also said that he started preparing from 2021, and the concepts that he prepared from that time onwards helped him to clear in this
Yes.
attempt, I can say. Okay. And sir, in the complete SEBI preparation, one one or two learnings that you have got, that in like while preparing for SEBI or while giving the examination, any learnings or any thing that you learned and you like started doing that?
Yes. Yeah, previously I'm not aware of actually these commerce concepts. So while I started my preparation, I got more interest in that actually. Without interest, we cannot continue the preparation. So if we develop interest slowly, we can continue. We can read different questions. We can attempt as many questions. So we will forget about the end results. Like I should crack this exam. We should know about. We should clearly involve in the subject, and it
Mm.
will be very much. We do not feel any difficulty while attempting the questions. So developing interest in subject, particularly costing and accountancy, is very much important. So if you develop the interest, then it will be useful in answering the questions. And secondly, like clearing mains is a challenging task. After there are many aspirants like appearing in interview, like but only few can crack the interview. Like it's completely sometimes it's really luck based. We cannot, it's completely not in our hands. Even I appeared in RBA interview, I felt the same. Like only clearing the mains is within our hands. In interview we cannot predict what they want and what we are answering also. So
Mm.
score as many marks in mains is what I want to um, say like.
Yes, correct. So now, before ending the session, any message for the fellow aspirants that are going to appear in the coming cycles? Any message?
Yes, yeah, RBI and SEBI have a slight similar syllabus. One can start with in SEBI. SEBI has a much more static syllabus than RBI. So SEBI is more focused on subject levels, subject static level subject is there. So if you develop the interest in basics, we can continue the SEBI preparation till the end. It will give best results. Develop. We have to plan accordingly. That this week I have to complete costing one chapter. We have to start the different subjects simultaneously, because we cannot neglect one subject or just because here in recently SEBI was conducted for 100 marks, so each and every topic was covered in that. Previously it used to be 50 marks. So we have to answer numericals also sometimes. So prepare accordingly, like prepare notes, prepare your own notes is very much useful. Referring the videos and prepare a small notes and practicing mock tests, and do not neglect descriptive answers, because everyone will able to attempt all the phase two, but most of them will neglect the descriptive. That will be really a tough one. If you lose in descriptive, then it will completely you're losing the track. So prepare strategically, like do not lose confidence. We achieve as many marks as in mains is what I feel, and prepare newspaper reading for interview, and prepare SEBI website while appearing for interview. What all there in SEBI website, SEBI circulars, recent initiatives taken by SEBI during the interview. And the interview is around all around job related questions were asked. So prepare your background related questions. Mm. To staying positive and confidence, whatever may the result is what I believe.
Yes, sir. One more question, that the pattern changed this time, like from the
Okay.
earlier examination, like from the earlier
Okay.
cycles now.
Okay.
So were you afraid that the pattern has changed now, more questions will come, that how I will cater to that? Or were you calm then also that, okay, whatever happens, I know my concepts?
Yes, pattern means only question. Syllabus was not changed. Pattern means 50
Mm.
questions. Now it is 100 questions. So I thought that they, mostly maybe it will be much easier. 100 questions will be, we can answer more number of questions.
Mm.
Mm, because when at the time of 50 questions, numericals were asked more mostly. During this time, numerical very less numericals were asked.
Mm.
It's like not nothing pattern will change. Also, it's nothing, because we have to be clear on our concepts. So attempting one mock test or two mock tests is important, so that we cannot so we don't feel much pressure in exam. So even if pattern changes, we will be knowing beforehand, and we will be attempting mock test. Then it will be useful.
Correct. So, as sir has said, that you need to have confidence over your concepts. If your concepts are clear, even if there is slight change in the pattern, so that will not affect you much if your concepts and your basics are very good. So, this is it for today's session. And thank you so much, sir, for coming to the session, for like telling so many of the strategical points to the students. And I hope that they will learn a lot from you. And thank you so much. You are truly an inspiration for the non-commerce background students, for the working students. And thank you so much for coming to the session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Thank you.
coming.